They told Adaeze she was cursed. That 3 dead children meant the gods had turned their backs on her. That she should accept her fate and let her husband marry a second wife. What they didn't tell her was that the woman rocking her babies to sleep every night was the same woman rocking them into the grave. Her mother-in-law, the midwife, the woman who had delivered all 3 children and buried all 3 within the month. The woman who had been eating them. Adaeze married Chukwuemeka on a Saturday when the mango trees were heavy with fruit. She was 19. He was 25. His mother, Nneka, had raised him alone after his father disappeared into the forest and never returned. Nneka did not smile at the wedding. She studied Adaeze the way a butcher studies a goat. She is too thin, Nneka told her son that night. She will not bear strong children. But Adaeze did bear children, 3 of them. Beautiful, perfect babies with Chukwuemeka's eyes and her own soft chin. And Nneka delivered every one. The first child, a boy named Obinna, lived for 11 days. Nneka said it was fever. She had given him herbs for colic, she had sung to him, she had held him through the night. Adaeze woke to silence. The cradle was still warm. The baby's lips were blue. These things happen, Nneka said, wrapping the body in white cloth. The gods needed him more than you did. She buried him herself, before dawn, in the family plot behind the house. She would not let Adaeze see the grave. Grieving mothers attract evil spirits, she said. Stay inside. The second child, a girl named Ngozi, lived for 17 days. Long enough for Adaeze to believe. Long enough to name her after her own mother. Long enough to dream of a future where she was not broken. Nneka said it was the same fever, the same herbs, the same lullaby through the night. Adaeze woke to the same silence, the same blue lips, the same white cloth wrapped before she could kiss her daughter goodbye. You are cursed, Nneka told the village women. My son married a woman with bad blood. The children reject her womb. The women nodded. They had seen this before. Some women were not meant to be mothers. Adaeze believed them.
When Adaeze fell pregnant a 3rd time, she did not tell Nneka for 4 months. She hid her belly under loose wrappers. She made excuses when Nneka brought her special soups and teas. You are too thin, Nneka said, eyes narrowing. You need to eat more. But Adaeze had stopped eating anything Nneka touched. She did not know why. Something in her chest, some ancient warning had finally woken up. She told Chukwuemeka she wanted to deliver in the city, at a hospital. He laughed. My mother has delivered every child in this village for 40 years. You will insult her. Adaeze did not argue. She waited. At the market, a woman named Mama Oji pulled Adaeze aside. She sold dried fish and bitter herbs. She had delivered babies before Nneka was born. I have watched you, Mama Oji whispered. I have watched your children die. And I have watched your mother-in-law. Adaze's hands went cold. Nneka was barren for 15 years, Mama Oji continued. She went to the Dibia in the Forbidden Forest. She made a trade. Children for children. Her womb for the wombs of others.
She does not deliver babies. She harvests them.
Adaeze did not sleep that night. She pretended to. She lay still, breathing slow, until Nneka's footsteps creaked past her door. Then she followed. Nneka went to the kitchen. Not the bedroom. Not the toilet. The kitchen, where the mortar and pestle sat, where the herbs were ground, where the specialties were mixed. Adaeze watched through the cracked door. Nneka took something from her wrapper. Something small and white. She ground it into powder. She mixed it into a cup of tea. The same tea she had brought Adaeze every night of every pregnancy. Adaeze did not scream. She did not confront her. She went back to bed and waited for morning. Then she went to Mama Oji. Mama Oji gave her a plan, a test, proof that would stand before the village elders. Tomorrow, tell Nneka you are craving her specialty. Ask her to make it early. When she brings it, pour it into the calabash I will give you. Do not drink. Adaeze did exactly that. Nneka smiled when she asked. That same smile from the wedding, from the funerals, from every night she had rocked a baby to its death. Of course, my daughter. I will make you strong. She brought the tea. Adaeze poured it into the calabash when Nneka turned away. She pretended to drink. She pretended to sleep. And when Nneka came back to check, Adaeze was waiting with the village elders outside the door. The elders made Nneka drink her own tea. She refused. She screamed. She called Adaeze a liar, a witch, a cursed woman who had killed her own children. But the dibia from the next village was sent for. He tested the tea with a chicken feather. The feather turned black. He tested Nneka's mortar with the same feather. It turned blacker. He asked her to open her mouth. She refused. They held her. The dibia looked inside. She has no tongue for truth, he said. Only teeth for eating. In her hut, behind the locked chest, they found the bones. Small, clean, wrapped in the same white cloth she had used for the burials. 3 sets. Nneka was taken to the forest. The village did not speak of what happened there. Some said she was buried alive. Some said she was given to the same spirits she had served. Adaeze did not ask. She delivered her 3rd child, a girl, in the city hospital, with doctors and nurses and no herbs in her tea. The baby lived. She named her Obina, after the brother she had never held long enough to know. She named her 2nd daughter Ngozi, after the sister who had been stolen. And when she brought them home, she did not let anyone touch their food but herself. Adaeze became the woman Mama Oji had been. The one who watched. The one who warned. The one who pulled young wives aside at the market and asked questions they were too afraid to ask themselves. Who delivers your babies? She would ask. Who brings your tea? Who holds your child when you sleep? Some women listened. Some did not. Some called her paranoid, damaged, cursed. But every year, on the anniversary of the night she followed Nneka to the kitchen, Adaeze burned a candle for each of her lost children. Not to remember their deaths. To remember that the person who kills your children rarely looks like a monster. Sometimes
she looks like family. Sometimes she calls you daughter. Sometimes she brings you tea. Adaeze's daughters grew tall and strong. They became nurses, teachers, women who asked questions. They never drank tea they did not make themselves. And when they had children, they held them through the night. Not because they did not trust midwives, but because some lessons are written in blood. And blood, once spilled, does not wash away. It only teaches you to watch, to wait, and to never, ever fall asleep before the person who calls herself family.